weight and no flex. Flex alive is more than the 6. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, trains out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar.
No, I don't like to lose.
We ain't wasting no time. We ain't wasting no time. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Let's do this roll call real fast because we ain't wasting no time. I want to get right to the smoke. Dial Big G, G McCall, Gabe, Rod Neal, Brother I Rock, Shogun, Chilltown Majors, Skinny Too Litty, Jalen Hudson, Derek Gaines, the legend, Macadose Mac of the South, Tone Brown, Ace Daddis. What up, bro? Good to see you. Everybody over there on Rumble, K-Rod, salute. Captain America, salute. Everybody over there on Rumble, you already know. About 30 minutes, we're going to go over there to take the gloves off, man. But we ain't going to waste no time, man. Salute to everybody. So it's been a week. It's been a week. Steve Elder Max, salute. It's been a week to show that these dudes is weak. Boss, Mark Wonderlick. Stay dangerous, salute. Smash the like button, share this video. Time reveals all truth and the lies not but a long way to the truth, man. This kid, Coonshan and his husband, Shaq Whore, you know, that guy, these guys is put on full blast. And don't look now. I don't know the full details, but I've been in and out of BFTB's chat. It looks like Liam Paro has ducked the smoke. Jack Catterall, I don't know what's going on there. Y'all do understand this is why we call him Debo, right? Y'all do understand that everything you say about this kid, Devin, it's all been a lie. Forearm sniper, salute. It's all been a lie. I thought he had PTSD. I thought he was chinny. I thought he was pillow fisted. What happened? What happened? Listen, watch this. Watch this. The only guy that can stop Devin Haney is Ryan Garcia, right? What happened with that? He's running around fighting other drug cheats and he's wrestling in the WWE. More on that off YouTube. So what? Nobody wants to punch Devin in the face and make millions of dollars and beat him? And show him that he's a fraud? You want to show the world he's a fraud? Nobody wants to do it? What's going on here? It's sad now because he put out a whole damn list. Everybody on that list, with the exception of Brian Norman Jr., has officially ducked him. Y'all do know this, right? Pick anyone. Y'all are upset because Devin Haney is who you wish your favorite fighter could be. And here's the thing. A lot of y'all, Dante, what up? A lot of y'all don't even have everybody on that list. They're not your favorite fighter. The only fighters on that list that got real people that support them is Brian Norman out of Atlanta and Boots out of Philly. They got real fans. Everybody else, y'all are just hoping that one of those guys will beat Devin. To beat Devin, you got to get in the ring, man. What? I don't have these conversations. I wasn't having these conversations in the 90s and the 80s. A champion had a belt, he fought his mandatory. If the mandatory wasn't ready, they fought the number one contender, number two, but they were always in motion. Now, you might be, Real Spill, what up? You might be wondering why I have Devin standing next to, oh, Ken, what up? Evander Holyfield. The name of this evening's show is Champion Mentality. Here's what I want to ask you. Does anybody on that damn list, with the exception of Brian Norman Jr., does anybody have a champion mentality on that list? Anybody? Make the argument for them. Please think about it and say something in the chat. I've been asking for last 2 weeks. I want Active Squad to show up and let's have a conversation. I'm waiting on y'all. Y'all been mighty quiet. You know why? Time revealed the truth on y'all. I told you that these dudes weren't shit. Listen, man, Shakur is scared. Stop telling me, yo, fighters aren't scared to fight. You know, it's just that the business ain't right. Shut up. Shut up. Let me ask you a question. When have you ever heard Evander Holyfield complain about money? How many times has Evander Holyfield been the A side when he was fighting somebody? Let me ask y'all a question. Who was the A side when Evander fought Lennox Lewis? You know why that question is rhetorical? Because nobody cared. Nobody cared. Stormy, do you recall financial situations happening back then? There was no internet back then. We were just watching it. When you picked up KO Magazine or Ring Magazine, do you recall money being an issue anywhere? When the fight was like about to be done, okay, they're at the table now. Do you recall that being an issue? I don't recall. Am I missing it?
It didn't really factor in as an issue to the degree that fights didn't happen. There were instances where, like, a management team may have under or over negotiated because they wanted a better cut for themselves. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't the fighter. And such was the case with Aaron Pryor and Sugar Ray Leonard.
Correct.
You know, that's a very outstanding example of it, because some people take the fact that they didn't fight being Leonard was afraid of Pryor. Some people take the fact that they didn't fight as money got in the way and things like that. But that wasn't what happened. What happened was that Aaron Pryor's team that were negotiating with Leonard's team.
So, former world champion, British superstar boxer.
Damn, that was crazy.
They had a certain monetary amount that they were trying to get out of the bout with Leonard, because at that time Leonard was the box office draw in boxing. He was the man that really commanded a lot of money around his fights. So they were trying to really push the envelope, and they pushed way too far. But they never let Aaron know about that. They just said that Leonard was not willing to budge on a certain percentage or a certain dollar amount, whatever. And it later came out by Pryor himself, because he found out, not even immediately, but maybe some time, a duration later, that they screwed him on the negotiation end of that. And that may have happened to a lot of fighters, that even to this day, a fighter may not know that someone over negotiated or under negotiated on their behalf, so that whomever was their representation wanted to line their pockets, you see. And even now, where we see where, let's just put his name out there, that Jay Prince is getting a certain percentage off of his fighters. And in particular, Keyshawn, if it is true, because I don't know, but validation would be confirmation for this. If it is true, he's getting 30 to 35%. That's a huge amount, you know, for when the man still ain't paid his obligations out of his purse to everything else, taxes,
right,
promotion, you know, all of that kind of stuff, trainers and all of that. That's a lot. You know, if you got a personal pizza, I ain't talking about a 12-inch or bigger, but a personal pizza, what are these, anywhere between 6 to 9 inches or whatever, and somebody gets 30 to 35% of that, slice it, or a pie or whatever, and the rest you got left. But yeah, if you got a healthy appetite, you're gonna be like, well, I can consume the rest of this. But wait, you still got to get that 10% to your trainer, the other percentages for your fees, and what it costs for your camp and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Now you left with just a slice. You know what I'm saying? And that's not cool. It's not cool at all.
No.
So again, yeah, it has happened, but not like what's happening today. Today, guys are turning down the greatest monetary opportunity in the risk of it only being them losing to someone that they don't want to lose to by name and notoriety in the sport, losing because they are not as good as advertised, and maybe being exposed as being a pretender in the sport, losing as opposed to being made fun of by their followers and supporters whom they fooled along the way because they were in previous opportunities where they were featured to look their best when they are not necessarily the best, but against the opposition that they have been maneuvered to face and everything, it turns out to look like it's something more than it's not. And then lastly, losing because you may have talked the talk, but you find out you can't walk the walk. See, and that's a few points of interest and notoriety that we're finding ourselves in this present day and stage. It's not everyone in the sport, but it's a greater enough point of, participants that you have to take a step back and look at people. You know, that there used to be a thing where somebody, now people speak with their mouth. They say what's on their mind and they just boom, 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 it come out. But you remember, there was a time somebody would take a step back and just look you up and down. Remember that? You're old enough to be a part of the generation to remember that.
Yeah.
And words said a lot when they give you that once over look, right? They look you from head to toe like. And see, we looking at them like that now because we know what's up. You know what I mean?
They've revealed
we
themselves.
Really know what's up. You can tell that fruit and seed by the tree that it came from.
That's right. Salute to Freeze Hollywood in that super chat. Much love. He says, salute, man. Salute to you, good brother. Always supporting. Salute. Interesting. My brother, Mr. Shelter, says, I just looked it up. A boxing manager is supposed to get 15 to 25%. Jay Prince takes 30 to 35. This ninja is a crook. Well, there's two ways to look at that. He could be a crook, or if a prostitute gets caught walking the blade, is it the pimp's fault or the prostitute? It's something to think about. They're there for a reason. So I mean, look, Copper, salute. If I miss you in the chat, know I love you. I rock. I see you, good brother. Yeah, if the sound's going in and out, just refresh the page. I don't know what they're doing. They're always doing that to us. Crazy. Robert Singleton, J Man, salute. Copper, what up? Clay Music, salute. So we had a long conversation yesterday. And since nobody, and I see you, Delano, salute, brother. I mean, they got to throw something. And our good brother, just sent us a text. Steve Elder Mac, CB Sports, salute. Ultimate Fight Club, salute. Blue Blood just put out a video saying that Jack Catterwall agreed to October 3rd. We'll see. He agreed, signed a contract. I don't trust these guys until they're on the ring walk. I don't trust these guys till the first punch is thrown. We've seen the fighter, as soon as the bell sounded, he left the ring.
Well, one thing I will say, I have greater confidence in Catterall than any of them. And if it doesn't take place, I don't think it's on him. I don't think it's on him. If it doesn't take place, it's because of what we may be getting into later in your show that you and I discussed behind the scenes yesterday. Right. And I'm not going to jump the gun by revealing that, but I'm saying I am willing to say that if the negotiations between Devin and Catterall's camp break down, it has nothing to do with what's happening with the rest of how these other guys have moved.
Right.
But it means something else.
I agree with you. So since nobody, you know, I've been calling for the smoke. I've been wanting active squad supporters. Maybe you guys knowing to wave the white flag on these guys. Maybe it's time for you guys, you know, you don't have to jump ship, but hold your boys accountable. Because I always say, I don't have to lie on these dudes. I'm just watching what's happening. So I'm going to brainstorm as to what is going on here. And this is something that our brother BFTB said. And I'm going to put this on everybody except except one fighter. Except one. Just one. And I'll say Boots. I ain't going to put it on Boots. I think everybody on that list was on drugs at some point. I'm starting to think that. I know BF said it. Snoop, what up? BF said it. And at first I thought he was trolling. I thought he was joking, but then I thought about it. I said, you know what? That could be it. So I'm going to roll with that for about a week or more. What is the excuse for not fighting Devin?
Well, I'll pose a different question before you go there. What is the reason for denigrating and putting down Devin? Because ridicule the way he moves in the sport, ridicule the way he fights in the sport, all of that. How about zip it, sign, fight him, get rid of him? You know, Lennox Lewis said at one point during his heavyweight career, after he was beginning to establish himself as the man in the division, he said that I want to get rid of all of the misfits in boxing.
That's what he said.
And those misfits were everyone who were characters, people who got in trouble with the law, people who were always doing goofy stuff in boxing, people who were having these fights that were boring, or they had these outlandish personalities outside of fighting, but in the ring they couldn't live up to that. All of that, the mismatch in the sport. Lennox wanted to fight all of them so he could get rid of them. He knew that he was the man, he was the better fighter, and he said that he just wanted to have all of their scalps so that he could say he cleaned up boxing. That's a man. That's someone who has purpose. That's someone who has focus and desires to be one who has established himself one above all. These young men of today, they have adopted so much of a feminine mindset in a masculine sport that it doesn't equate. It doesn't hold fast to being able to be really accepted by the most simplest and casual of boxing observers, because when they see you out here talking, they're like, okay, well, bring it on. Let's see you do something. You say you're the best. You do this. Let's see it. And then you're talking. And then they begin to realize, well, then when you gonna do it? When you gonna fight? Then they see the opportunities are there for you to make the move, and you're still not doing, but you talking. Then they become angry and they turn against you. And then they want to see you get your head snatched off because you have led them down this path like a trickster Jezebel, luring you to her bed. And now they see you for what you really are, and they don't want to have nothing to do with you. Now they calling for your neck. Now they want to see something bad happen to you and everything. And see, that's where they are. And now these guys are crashing out on the fact that people ain't riding with them and everything, because you caused this. You caused it. And if it wasn't your own doing, if it came from a alternate source, then that alternate source that you're following isn't guiding you in the proper direction. So it still falls on you because you need to pump the brakes.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm out here showing my ass and misbehaving and everything, and people initially they find it humorous and everything, and then they say finally, oh man, I'm tired of Stormy, man, get that dude out of here, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Then I'm gonna be mad and be like, oh, they're against me and this and that. But it was okay when they was kissing my butt or laughing or supporting me or even throwing money, right? That was okay. But guess what? A man knows that the wheel turns. They could flip on you just like they supported you yesterday. They could not support you tomorrow.
That's right.
You're supposed to know that. That's why you have to have an even equilibrium about what you're doing and keep your head on straight. But see, this is what Generation Z. They can't be told nothing.
Nope.
Wisdom can't be passed to them. Huh?
And this is
Insight
why
and experience can't be suggested to them because they know it all. They live it all. They be it all. They think it all. They know more than you, and they've been on the earth only 20 years.
And this is why there's anarchy, not only in this world, but in this sport, you know, and we've been saying that something like this was going to happen. The sad part is, number one, a lot of you clowns didn't believe us. Number two, you're incapable of paying attention. You guys grew up on a steady diet of Ritalin, and you've all been diagnosed with ADD. And you don't care about the sport. You are in love with fighters. You're in love with fighters, and whether they're from your city or whether you just looked at them on TV one day and said, "Hey, man, he looks great," whatever it is. But when we're engaging in a conversation of boxing, you got to understand we're having two different conversations, which is why Active Squad is so quiet right now. The same Corey, what up, brother? The same dudes that would argue with BFTB should be still in his chat saying, yo, BF, you was right about that dude. Hey, man, look, I support him, but now he's slowing things up. I really think my guy, whoever it is, could beat Devin. Listen, guys, quiet as kept, not quiet as kept, because I said this before. I was Canelo's number one defender before I had a YouTube channel. I was on Facebook arguing with people. And I said, man, when he gets in the ring with Gennady Golovkin, he's going to school him. And you know what he did when it was time to fight him? He dropped the damn belt. You know what I did? I went right back into the fire because I knew it was coming. But one thing I didn't do was justify him dropping that belt. I didn't talk about business and money. I didn't discuss any of that. I said, look, maybe I got more faith in his skill set than he has himself. I think he'll school Golovkin. Listen, he left that window open for y'all to say that he was scared of Triple G. It wasn't me. And I know the story. Eventually they fought and whatever. But, at that time, I had to deal with that. And it's you Active Squad dudes, you Shakur, because if you're a Shakur fanatic, by default, you're a Keyshawn fanatic because those guys are in bed with each other.
Literally.
Motherfucker homosexual.
Real shit. I think that about them. And now they've successfully ducked Devin. Successfully. So all of you guys are like to invade. That's right, Hen Dog. At least he fought Triple G. We can't even say that about Keyshawn. And you know what? There was a speck of me that said, yeah, Key gonna fight this dude. He's holding out. He ain't gonna get no more than $3 million, but they're gonna fight. They're really not fighting. I'm like, yo, what is this? What's going on? And truth has been revealed. So when I talk about a champion mentality, and I have Devin's picture next to Evander, you never heard Devin argue about money. Black Gunner to salute. I'm still seeing people talking about the 75-25 was unfair as if it was DHP doing this. Now watch this. Let's say it was DHP doing this. And I'm going to get to my brother Delano's statement in a second. That's why I have it here. Let's say it was DHP. What's your problem? You know what Devin Haney did? Devin Haney took what, 22% and went to a whole nother country. And the first time he went to Australia to face George Kambosos for Undisputed, first time he went, he didn't have half his camp with him. There was no cut man in his corner. Ask Bill. And the second time they got it together, but he pitched a shutout, 24 rounds shutout. There was no parade for him when he came back to America, nothing. In fact, I saw more of you dudes, more of you big knuckle, blue nose baboons rooting for George Kambosos. Didn't work out. And that young man went over there and became undisputed and then defended it. And then came back and said, give me Lomachenko. And then after that said, give me Shakur. This kid is doing everything that you say you know what it is? Y'all don't expect nothing from a fighter. You fell in love with the fighter and you want to see him do bare minimum while celebrating it. Y'all celebrate mediocre stuff. Y'all celebrate that and y'all crown it as excellence. This is the No Child Left Behind act right here. How y'all treating these kids. Y'all not helping them. This is you remember George Bush, everybody gets a home? Do y'all remember that? Who remembers that? It's about a decade ago now. You know what the result of that was? The housing bubble? Oh my God, y'all have no idea. This is what y'all doing to these kids. And you know what? Right now, has Keyshawn got on kick? Has Keyshawn been on social media at all? No. Every time I scroll somewhere and see him on Instagram, I go to the comment section. I just saw something from Ring. It said Keyshawn in the gym. I don't know if that's a new video or old video. They should show him hitting the bag. You should see the comments. It went from you gonna kill Devin to nothing but duck gifts. I'm like, yo, does he even realize he's tore up his brand? He did this. All he had to do was say yes. There was no excuse for him not to take this fight. As a matter of fact, everybody on Devin's list, there was no excuse for them not to take this fight. So when I say champion mentality, I don't recall Evander Holyfield arguing about money. He just went in there, win or lose, he got it done. Devin Haney, same thing. You think he's really worried about losing? This is a part of life. This is a part of boxing. He's just doing it. And all of these things that y'all say, oh, you know, he's a rich kid. He's rich. He's this and that. Look, this kid is sonning y'all. Beat him. Who? Look, Rolly Romero could have did it. Well, could have gotten a ring. Devin would have knocked Rolly out, bro, to be honest with you. But he even want to get in there. And y'all didn't understand exactly what was going on, so y'all ain't clown too hard. Teofimo Lopez has been ducking him since birth. Who else? Go down the list. Everybody's ducked him. Brian Norman got in there and it didn't work out for him. But let me dial it back for a minute. Why I think I'm going to roll with this. I think all of those motherfuckers on the list are on drugs. My brother Delano says Devin needs to be active or he will end up like the PBC fighters out of rhythm. He can't be waiting on this list. No, he's not waiting. He's actually actively trying to get things done. But these guys are pump faking. So if this Catterall thing doesn't happen, then Devin's just going to have to do what we said to do. Go on a bum bash. Start whooping these dudes' ass. Start whooping their ass and just do it. Just to stay active. You know why? There's a list. All of his contemporaries on there, and every last one of them said no. Now, everyone's really making videos. I'm seeing guys that don't even really do content, but they're getting a lot of hits off of the possibility of a Haney and Boots. Look, Haney's at 47, Boots is at 54. Let Haney try and clean up 147. Let Boots do the same in 54, and let them meet in a super fight at the end of 2027 or the beginning or mid 2028. But both of them have work to do. Let them work. They're not in the same weight class. Everyone Devin called out is in or around his weight class. Boots and Devin could have fought. When Devin went to welterweight, Boots moved up. He said, let's fight at 52. He said, I just got the 47. Y'all don't want to say Boots ducked? Fine. I think he did. Because he said he wanted to be undisputed at 47 until Devin got there. We can argue that. Whatever. But let Boots take care of what he got to take care of at 54. What about everybody else? T.O. Shakur, Keyshawn, Rowley. Who else? Jack Catterall was there. He's talking about October 3rd. Sign on the dotted line and get in the camp. Liam Pyro. I listened to what BF had to say the other day. I think yesterday. $3 million is more than what they both made. They should be literally fighting for that payday. What's going on? And that's another thing, Stormy. Nobody want to talk about money no more, right? Now that Tank Davis is, I don't know what that dude's doing. Y'all don't know what he's doing. But y'all can't brag about his bank account because y'all, to be blunt, y'all don't even know if he's going to go to jail or not. Y'all don't know. So y'all don't want to talk about money and gold chains and diamonds in your teeth no more? Y'all want to talk about that no more? What happened? Now that Devin got everyone running scared and he's the money man now because there's financial gain in fighting him, y'all don't want to talk about money no more? Y'all don't want to talk about chrome hearts and tattoos? And Devin got tattoos. Oh, I'm sorry. Devin's nose too wide. I'm sorry. Whichever monkey want the banana looking ass. Right? What's up with Ryan Garcia? He don't want to fight? Or y'all content with the lies? Him and Devin supposed to be going on fight number 3 by now. It was all him and Gorlock, his backshot buddy, because that's a whole nigga, right? You know that, right?
Motherfucker homosexual.
Y'all know that. Y'all know that. Oh, Fist of the Black Star, my bad. I said Devin Haney.
Shining star for you to see what your life can truly be.
Y'all want to talk about money no more? Hey, Shakur, why don't you want to fight Devin?
No. I don't like to lose.
He should have never did that at the Olympics. Bro, you know what's crazy? I never thought I'd be the one using it. This bitch ass dude. Keyshawn, what's your deal?
You blew it. You blew it.
He blew it. So let me ask you a question. Does anybody on Devin's list have a champion mentality? Rhetorical question. The answer is no. The answer is no. Nobody has a champion mentality. Nobody. Who on Devin's list can beat him? See, now this debate right now. This is debate. I want somebody to come in. Dig this here, man. Where's your competition?
Him downstairs.
Him downstairs. Him downstairs. Yo, YouTube hating hard. I had 101 people in here. This shit dropped down to 71 just now. That's crazy. What? Y'all don't want me talking about Shakur, Shaq Whore, Keyshawn, the nappy-headed, big-lip baboon Davis? Come on now.
Him downstairs.
Come on, bro.
Motherfucker homosexual.
Now, look, it just jumped back up to 100, Stormy. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm going to get me some milk and cookies. Yo, listen. Ryan yo, check this out. Check this out, bro. Check this out. I got to go here. Champion mentality. Watch this. Rolly and Tiafimo send each other pictures of their junk. They both do that to each other. Keyshawn and Shakur sleep head to toe. Their words, not mine. And they talk every day. Their words, not mine. Right? Right? Okay. Ryan Garcia finds Gorlock the Destroyer attractive. That's real. What is going on here? So Joseph, who's this clown? Joseph TMC says, two old heads sitting up here hating on young men. It'd be your own people. Knuckle dragger, you're not my people. You're not my people. What are you talking about? Who's my people? You're not my people. You're a monkey. You're a monkey. You're a big lip monkey swinging from a tree by your feet that look like your hands. You're not my people. What are you talking about? Let me get old. Since you called me an old head, let me get old on you. Back in my day, I saw fighters break bread with each other. Ali gave Ernie Shavers a shot at him because Ernie Shavers had to pay for his mother's hospital bills. And Ernie Shavers ain't take it light on Ali. He almost knocked his ass out. It'd be your own people. Ain't that right, Joseph TMC? Ain't that right? See, you came up in this Gen Z era. Here's what you do, Joseph. Pick your favorite fighter and ask yourself, will you tell me why they're not fighting Devin? Go ahead, Joseph. Tell me why your favorite fighter's not fighting Devin. It be your own people. Speaking of Devin, 2 years ago, when it came out that Ryan Garcia was a cheater and a racist, till this day, I still got big lip knuckle draggers talking about I can't unsee a left hook. Where were you saying it be your own people? Where were you? But you come in here mad that did I lie on Shakur? Did I lie on Keyshawn? Have I lied on Boots? Have I lied on Brian Norman? Have I lied on Tank? Or did I say, hey, look at what they did. Look at what happened. Joseph, don't get quiet. What are you doing? Say something. Matter of fact, Joseph, here's what you do. If you would like to join the panel and have a conversation, let me know. I will drop a link and you can bring your ass up here. Let's talk about it. It be your own people. Right? Yeah. Where was it? I've never seen Joseph a day in my life. Where were you when every time we talk about what Devin Haney had to deal with this Ryan Garcia nonsense, I've lied on Shakur. Okay, Joseph, you want to join the panel? Yes or no? I'll put the link in the comment section. You can join us, click the stream art, and you can tell me when I lied on him. Tell me when I lied on him.
Let me just say this about that guy right there. I went to his page. It says he joined August 2nd, 2026. This is August 9th.
Oh,
How have you been watching this channel long enough to know that we have lied on Shakur Stevenson? If anything, we've told so much truth about Shakur Stevenson that some of the Wactive Squad support has gotten angry behind it, because the people who could really talk about it with the larger platforms have chosen not to. See, that's the problem. If they were doing what they were supposed to be doing and holding the line, which we complain about, then some of you who may take that position that you've taken,
time out,
wouldn't have time to do that.
You got blocked on YouTube. Who are you? The Commish Curtis, salute. in that super chat. Much love. He says, for the great content, brother Drew and Stormy Beat, blessings, family. Salute to you. What's your name on YouTube, Joseph? You joined my panel? Salute to you, Curtis. You joined my panel. What's your name on YouTube? And that's crazy because if you got blocked and mocked, why would you follow me to Rumble? You sound like you can't get off unless you get your nuts stepped on.
Not only that, but if I was blocked from someone, I wouldn't be trying to follow them around.
Exactly.
And be a part of what they're doing. So you're probably more than likely the ops. One of the ones that we've always talked about on a consistent basis, who are here to do nothing but cause chaos and dissension. And see, that's what we're not about. But here you are. Once again, we're having a conversation. We're having a show with criteria, subject, content that we are trying to cover in our time slot. And here you are trying to cause a distraction.
That's James Franklin, bro. That's exactly who I thought it was. Hey, James, is that you? Be honest. Because only a fool would follow. Dude, I got one time to go somewhere where I'll get cussed out or mocked or whatever. I'll never go there again. Are you James Franklin? Whoever you are, if you joined the panel and you felt disrespected, dude, for you to be here.
See, I'm gonna say this. You know how BF block people, then bring them back, and then entertain people who you rip their dignity from them, but you still allow them to be around and stuff like this. Mm-hmm. This is why I have a no tolerance policy. Because no, serious. This is why I have a no tolerance policy, because it's already slim pickings for whom your message is for. There's no place in university where you can sit in a professor's seminar and his ongoing semester and be a distraction. They get rid of you. You can't go to your employer and just do as you please or decide how you're going to behave and everything, because there's guidelines. You step outside of that, sometimes you just get to the edge of it and they get rid of you.
Well,
there's an example in the Bible of Christ turning over tables for people gambling and whoring and all of this stuff in God's house. And he had to throw them folks out.
That's right.
But you hear preachers and anyone that want to talk about Christ, they talk about how loving he is. They forget that he's coming to judge the world. And he's not going to be judging the world lovingly.
No.
He's going to be judging factually. Do you understand?
He's going to get rid of the people he's sick of. And he ain't going to be doing it with a smile. You ever heard of something called the wrath of God? What does that mean, wrath? You can't be smiling while you're doing it. You have to stand on business. But I just blocked him on Rumble. So, that was probably James or Fag 7. It probably wasn't Fag 7 because, we're not talking about Tank because there's nothing to discuss. But dude, don't follow me, dude. I just blocked you, all right? So you're done. Stop watching me. Stop talking to me. Grow up. Why, as a grown man, why would you want to be around someone that's not saying anything that you agree with? And we'll never be friends. That's the end of it. I don't have to lie on Shaq Hor, or Keisha Coonshan. These niggas is coons. First of all, they all friends with Ryan Garcia.
Wait a minute, just talking about lies. How many times has Shakur lied over the past 6 months?
Dude, there's a mixtape. You know it's bad when Showbiz and his 3D eyes got on his social media and said, press 1 if you stole it. But I just dug up a tweet from 2021 from Shakur talking about people really think I'm small, but I could walk around at 140, 147, some shit. And let me tell you something else. Usually he blows in the direction of the popular wind. Shokun, I'm talking about. Showbiz, the grown adolescent. Don't be surprised if his bosses say, yo, it's time to shit on Shakur. Do you understand? Shakur's working with Dana White right now, who's Bob Arum to the 10th power. And me and Stormy talked about this last night. If that dude, you know what? Go to Rumble right now, y'all. We ended it on YouTube. Go to Rumble. Y'all see the link? It's pinned. Click the link. Go to Rumble right now. So the rest of what I have to say is not for YouTube's ears. Go to Rumble right now, y'all. Rumble, 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 Rumble. The link is pinned. I'm going to put it back in there just so y'all can get it. Go to Rumble, y'all. We ended it on YouTube. Go to Rumble. Click the link I just put in the comment section, in the chat. Go to Rumble. Rumble, y'all.